accordance with the COPPA, this channel is not intended to be viewed by children under the age of 13. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey everybody, Dragon King Mark here, and welcome back to Let's Play Ash of God's Redemption. Last we left off, Lo Pheng, Doom, and the ladies all managed to get from the entrance to this mountain pass, well, tunnel pass, and we made it all the way through after taking out some guards at a station that were trying to kill Petro Soturi, all the way towards the end where we encountered this guy, a Palian, who was about to be killed by a Reaper. We joined in, we saved his life, and we managed to get him to join our crew. Now, off screen, I did do that mission. I remember when I mentioned about how I was going to try doing that mission where I could see if I can get Roar without him getting hurt. I got it. So, let's see what we got here. Got another level up. Let's go with Bold Ascension for Lo Pheng. For Kendi, let's go with Gloat. Increases your energy by 5 when an enemy unit dies. Not bad. Shanette will give you Snake's agility, which actually is kind of good here. Reduced to -2 to cooldown, 2 activation time. And lastly, Roar, who actually got some level up. Dude, that guy looks freaking jacked. Let's give you swiftness. Now, a Palian. His papers grant him the right to live in Isida. According to the port logs of Perta and Rado, his death was sought by all Palian tribes for crimes against a northern leader and his wives. We even have wives? Like, more than one in the north? Reportedly, this wanted man was seen working on a merchant and patrol Vandal ships. Was working on patrol and Vandal ships, as well as the city guard of Gebo and Golda. His suspensions and imprisonment for boozing, property damage, and perjury are mentioned in the ports of Ekin, Ekinis, Isa, Oda, and Jera. More than once he was subjected to corporeal punishment for molesting wealthy women and for hiring and then not paying the harlots. Sounds like Cain. Ruor escaped from prison in Pert. He also fled the coast watches of Isa, Oda, and Jera. He's wanted for injuring a port toll collector in Rado. Those who suffered at his hand... Sorry, I thought I heard my mom. That was from the game, sorry. Those who suffered at his hand describe him as an uncontrollable liar and a braggart of outstanding strength and surprising bravery. He blames his misfortunes on his forgetfulness and his insatiable taste for alcohol. The character Cain would love to talk with him. Speaking of, let's talk to the guy. Where are you bound for, Palian? My line, it's custom to introduce ourselves. They call me Roar. What I am saying, you're an icon. I should be grateful that you've spoken to me at all. To answer your question, I've got not much choice. There are many roads, but they all follow the same path. What took you so far from the sea? A man eats wherever he can. My kinsman found me too spirited, so I left. The Palians are not the great people they once were. Are the Pharisees any better? A run folk, if there ever was one. You do their dirty work and they take advantage of you. What were you hoping to find down here? Hoping for good fortune. What else would a Palladian choose so far inland? I took a job to kill Kark, one of my commanders. Bit off more than I could chew. And then this filth showed up. Barely escaped with my life. Who was your employer? Another commander, Norse. You see, there are two commanders on this side of the mountains. and each wants to take the Parisian legions for himself. So I ran before the hounds in a manner of speaking. Why did you take on a Reaper? A Reaper? That's what that was? I thought it was a Frisian, bloated from all the eating. Well, he's not wrong. Do you happen to know where the Frisian legions are? As far as I know, they march south down to the Bahadrian Road. They'll await their commanders, or commander, by the Frisian Road at the open sepulchre. Where's the second commander? You mean Norse? He's actually the third commander. Kark, the man that was here, is second. The first is Pelkos Oturi. Norse marked him for assassination. He was supposed to ride out of wood and pass through here on his way to the Triple Menhir. Pilgrimage, you see. How much are the commanders going for these days? What can I say? Neither of them wanted to pay up front. I've got a feeling I've got nothing for this one. Enough talk. If you have no questions, I have one. Where are you heading? I was thinking of going to Berkana. There's no return to Frisia for me. Sorry. I like your fine group of ladies. In many ways, if you catch my meaning. Unless you're adverse to my company, I'll come with you. I am not averse. Well, I'm good. I guess that makes you my commander. Sweet, we got a freaking barbarian now. Okay, Reet. The red-haired girl took down the Reaper. You should talk to her before you set out. Are you alright? You look unwell. That Reaper got me. I think he cursed me. But I'm holding on. For now. Are you a witch? Does swinging a sword turn you into a warrior? I'm Kimran, so by that thinking, I should have many skills. How did you dispatch the Reaper? I fixed the strix to that arrowhead. It came from my own flesh. Unlike Shadow Clan warriors, we Kimra do not have handfuls of them scattered across our bodies. And the regular strix is not sacrificial stones. What were you saying about his death? All I know is that he can be killed. I don't know how, but there is someone who should. I have no time to look for the sage. Farewell, I am going south. Your island home is a long far away. The Reaper's not done with the Reaper's not done with you. You wounded him, and he'll track you down unless I intervene. We Kimra know some shortcuts. Would you like to arrive on your island much faster? Are Kimran horses especially swift? What is the trick? What is required to use your shortcut? It is as short as you claim. You can be transported from one menhir to another on a heartbeat. In return, you'll have to bear with my companions who are desperate to leave Frisia. Be prepared to spill a bit of human blood on this path. I do not own the roads of Terminum. I see. Same goes for the shoulder-to-shoulder battles you fight with your companions. Do you have anything else to say? It wasn't my intention to pour my heart out to you. Take my advice instead. Talk to the warrior that attacked the Reaper. Few can even stand in their presence, but this one delivered blows. Warriors of such skill are hard to come by. I already did. He joined our crew. Doom? Alright, this is done. I was charging up my earphones. You're parting with the machine as if it were a horse. The Iron Road ends here, and the Gallian paths do not suit it. The Icons care about horses then? That's already something. I just realized that I'm not really Frisian anymore. I spilled the blood of my kinsmen. It would not have spared me either. Which path will you pick for your company? Do you even think of us that? Do you even think of us that way? We can't skirt the Triple Menhir in any case, but there are 3 different ways that lead there. What is wrong with the mountain path? The Gels. There are too many of them. There's also the vile Black Temple. Apart from that, both cursed and northern ravines are passable for a fearless soul. Fear is of no consequence. The hungry path is shortest. True enough, but there are freezing patrols on the Kimra path and the hungry path. We should also be vigilant when passing the Red Market. It is not as difficult as it seems. The Woden road is usually deserted. We can't skirt the triple men here. The Phrygians may camp by the open sepulchre. The legions may not have arrived just yet, but there'd even be enough guards without them. I have no intention of going around the triple men here. One way is enough. We should set out then. It's been a while since I've ridden a horse. Alright, Swarty. Are you hurt? Why not ask for aid? I've had an ulcer on my neck, but Reed says it's no ordinary sickness. It's the reaping's mark. She gave me a small stone to ease the pain, but it won't last. Apparently. We'll see. This little stone is called a strix. I used to wonder why they make jewelry with these pebbles. Turns out they are somehow sourced from the menhirs and used in temple rituals. The reaping has come, Icon. That's what the redhead said when we were inside of Woden. The reaping. What else did she say? Why ask me? Go pick her brain. I didn't understand all of it. Something about the very last reaping. I gather everyone could die, every single one. You say nothing to Swarty as you examine the bluish sore at the nape of her neck. Something was written about it in the ancient manuscripts. The great ancestors of the clan and their first teacher warned of something like this. Does anyone else have ulcers? Well, why not go and check? Shouldn't it be a chore to examine us lasses? As far as I know, I'm the only one that has it, but everyone's bound to get it unless we stock up on strixes. You cannot help but think that the strixes in your body are burning for some reason. Yeah, no kidding, Lo. Who's your leader? Candy, of course. She's kind of gentle and clever. Only Rita's more so. It's why she doesn't want to be leader. Still, Candy listens to her. It occurs to you that the name of the leader is of no consequence. You have been too talkative, even if for a moment you have strayed from the way of a warrior of peace. It is all clear to me now. What did you want to know? Ask away. I've naught to hide. I can even take my clothes off if you'd like. I've never done it with an icon. You turn around and leave. Nope. I ain't getting involved in that. You have not noticed until now, Bolo's features are vaguely Berkanan. Your eyes will follow, Icon. Gawk at Shanette. She takes pleasure in it. Makes my hair stand on end when you stare at me like that. Do you hail from Berkana? My mother was from Berkana. So was the father I never knew. Yet I was born in Frisia. I've been through thick and thin there. Does your homeland call to you? I can't wait to leave the land where they want to rip you apart on a temple servant's unreasonable whim. I'll go where the road takes me and see where I end up. You feel that this woman looks after her own interests. Will this cause some problems with you? Probably. Shanette looks immersed in thought, but she hears her footsteps. What do you want, Icon? I've no match for you. Go stick up to Reet. She's been going on and on about the Icon's duty of killing the Reapers. Maybe I won't open up to anyone. Even to the brave Palian? Why do you care? Are you lining up? I'll mess around with whoever I want. Who taught you to fight? Life taught me, Icon. The bitch broke me over her knees so many times that I finally learned my lesson. Is it different with the Icons? The Icons train to become warriors from childhood. Prepare yourself. We head out soon. Kendi. Kendi approached each of her companions as a proper warlord would. You don't want to talk with her. It seems that the dark-skinned warrior might have been a decent commander under different circumstances. What are you staring at? Admit it. You couldn't manage it on your own, but we made the job much easier. Seemed like you wouldn't have taken down the Reaper without Reet. What do you want?
Huh.
We want to get as far away from here as possible. Sticking with you looks like our best chance. I am heading south. If our road is the same, I shall neither spurn nor look after you. I will set out soon. Oh! At least we got someone's loyalty increased. You may move on now. Your next goal is the triple menhir. Judging by what Reed said, you hope that it will cure the redhead. She's losing her battle with the Reaper's curse.
No potion can heal this curse, because its root is in another's hands.
Chapter 4. We're back with Hopper. Okay, I gotta figure out about this. Okay. How soon will Thorn realize that menhirs do not cure in reap time? You should intercept him with the double menhir. Okay. So, we're at the Deerford village. We just progressed a bit further ahead. We need to go up to the to the Arc menhir. But we also have to look for the curse too. Give me a minute to look this up, because I'm trying to figure this out. Why does it look like... Oh, right, the curse power. So, there's going to be apparently a snowstorm coming this week. It's going to be crazy. Let me see. Let me just... Okay. If you touch it, you know the first parts of the double menhir, alright? We need to find a sentence of the curse in the Unda's house. If Thorn was there, look at the table of the latest. Wasteland, leave wasteland. Let's go to the Odolin Pass. You feel the reaping grow stronger. Its shadow falls upon you. The curse has crippled your armor and reaching for your heart. If you give up and feed some of your power to the enchantment, you can prevent the reaper from going stronger. If you resist and conserve your strength, the dark magic will tighten its grip on the world. Let's give into it. If we can at least stall for trouble, it might be good. The curse is spreading. Block stats are lowered. We do get a skill point from it. The blackness of in your hand creeps upwards, sapping your strength and chilling your heart, and yet reaping halts, as if only for a while. You console yourself, knowing that your suffering lessens the evil engulfing terminum. On the road or taking a rest, you can't shake the words in words in the town hall to your mind. Follow the guiding one, collect the 7 parts of wisdom, read them and be saved. You sit by the fire, pondering the words' true meaning. Are they meant to guide or ensnare? Why would someone curse you, then make you piece together a spell to break it? What's the point? What could it possibly mean? The world is changing. People are rising against the Reapers. An eerie bewitchment. An unknown sorcerer. And the darkness keeps creeping. Close your eyes, trying to remember everything you know about our previous reapings. Nothing makes any sense. It's as though a different scent is in the air. Something mysterious is coming. There's also the hand. Hey, Scribe, you sleeping? What should we do when we capture the Thorn? We won't be able to capture someone like Captain Brennan with our bare hands. I'm not looking to start a fight. I don't like this idea. Besides, they say drawing your sword against Thorn is a sure way to die. We want to think about it when we catch up to him. We'll be traveling to the nearest menhir. For your advice. And I'm not drawing my sword, not unless there's good reason. Whatever the case, I'll try talking to Thorn first. The man isn't so simple. Is Thorn really that good? Captain Brennan is a legend of Odola. Who hasn't heard of Matt Thorn? You were the best swordsman in all of Berkana, a hero of the Gabonan War, a hero of the Northern Expedition in the Battle of the Southern Isles. Though he's gotten much older since his last escapade, battle experience is not easily forgotten. I don't think he'll be fighting back, sword or not. That's if Prince Ho is still alive, of course. Which is the case. Not only is Thorn an exceptional swordsman, he's taught his daughter the same skills. I've seen her with a sword a couple of times. Goes as swift as the wind, so better to talk with Thorn than cross blades. Will Tree calm down if we find his son? I'd love to know that myself. I'm guilty of the same thing as that made His Highness want to capture Captain Brennan. That's called toe collecting near a watchtower in self-defense. Well, at least he didn't borrow a prince. That's not the problem. If a ruler says something regrettable when enraged, he won't be taking it back. Even once he calms down, it does not befit a man of stature to go back on his word. Besides, Thorn's made quite a blunder in Albius. Soon the guard's dead. Well, we still got to catch up to Thorn. You're right about that. The road's dangerous. I saw some footprints near the spring. A couple dozen cavalry went by their way just 2 days ago. The boots are definitely not from Berkana. Got a strange heel print. I've seen it too. Those are the footprints of the Ensis. The following menhirs took their corpses to the Albius watchtower, right? Should have looked at the boots sooner. Ensis or not, so what? Thorn and his men managed to hack him up, right? How are we any different, Hopper? The only thing is don't just jump into battle, yeah? Your knife for tearing down towers won't help you there. Better to be safe. Don't want to upset the Cardinal, do we? Deal? Attaboy. I'm gonna go and see if they left anything else behind. You think hard about what you've learned. Don't be creeps your curiosity about a minute. And now it's just finding him. And managed to withstand that Reaper. Listen, Hopper, I don't quite get you. What are you? Are you a healer or a wizard or whatchamacallit, a penman? I've even heard that you're also a baron. Without residence, most likely. And you're not young. How do you get by? They don't pay you a dime, do they? I capture Princess Stein. When someone disappears, I'm the one they turn to. I may have no regular allowance, but should I find a prince, I'll just have enough money to gorge myself. Should I fail, however, I'd best avoid Said Kingdom for the next decade or so, if I want to keep my head attached. Still, I've been lucky so far. Want me to get you in? No siree. Berkana's a bit short on princes. Besides, it's quite a long way between kingdoms, and my boots are worn through. I'd rather stay by the Albius Gate, and return, that is. No, he's got a sense of humor. We'll continue along the path in the tower. Now, knowing how we did this, we went through the Berkanan Road. You sent some sorcery connected to the reaping in the depths of the nearby forest. You order a rest stop and excuse yourself, then make for the source of the disturbance. In a secluded glade, you see a band of Ensis. Their blades form a pyramid that they're bathing in blood. Such an altar can fit the role of a menhir when none are nearby. This is new. Let's see if we can reason with them. You enter the meadow and greet the Ensis with your hands raised, but your efforts in vain. The abomination wants to fight you, despite clearly understanding what you're saying. Man! I try to be reasonable. Okay. We got 2 skill points we can use. Let's see, that'll work. The curse should weaken me, but considering we're playing on story mode, we should be okay. Oh, time to go ahead and kill these guys. Before we do, let's switch auto battle. I will admit though, like their weapons are kind of cool looking. At the very least, if we can, well, it looks like it's already weakening their energy. Auto battle is useful. I think the less energy they have, the better for us. I really am glad for auto battle. I think sometimes if you just want to relax and just watch this and you don't want to spend time just fighting, you can do this. So as long as you can be able to keep up their energy low, they won't be able to do that many attacks. Plus, any damage they do to energy, any leftover damage to energy gets hit back at them. That's a rather useful mechanic. And he's dead. As the incense fall dead, the blood on the lances begins eating through the metal, like rust. The blades crumble, leaving you strangely relieved. The reaping grows weaker, as does your curse. That's good news, but you shouldn't stay here. You need to get back on the road. So that's what happens. So it looks like the incense were bringing it back? Or enhancing it? Okay. Do we go with the Berkana road? Let's go with the Berkana road. A man approaches you in a roadside tavern. He introduces himself as James. Are you the one asking about Thorn Brennan? He asks. I know the captain and I have some information about him. It might be worth some money to you since you're looking for him. Looking into James's cunning eyes, you wonder if you can trust him. He looks like a crook. Find out if James actually knows. You ask James some leading questions and realize that he isn't lying. He knows what Thorn looks like, he knows the nickname Mad Thorn, and even about his family. You can't tell if he knows anything valuable, you just know for sure that he's being honest when he says he knows Thorn. Alright. Okay, there was supposed to be something, but looks like it skipped. You bid farewell to James, so that's what Thorn's old acquaintances say about him. He has been named a baron, and receiving the captain's insignia fueled his arrogance. As for the royal powers and the gods, you doubt your opinion is any different. Okay. Do I keep going to the Berkana road or I go for Ursus? Go for Ursus. It's shorter. Next to the graveyard, the chapel. Give in. When you stop to rest, Ake, who's been eyeing your notebook and sketches for some time now, finally asks you about it. Book lovers have their secrets, I understand, but why does your book bear the king's seal on the cover? Top aristocrats aren't even allowed to use it on the ribbons. Not even Prince Trig is allowed. Where are you? You can't help but smile. The giant warrior is actually quite observant. Trig didn't fear him without reason. What's the best way to reply, though? Let's tell him. You show Ake the inscription sealed by the Asana and Jarana royal houses. The bearer is trustworthy. With a chuckle, you explain. The current king of Jarana was training an orderless regiment of young soldiers. The royal library supplied their textbooks. As it so happened, the princess was also an avid reader. That's how it worked out between the two of them, and the scribe who was their go-between received this notebook as thanks. Ake stares at you wide-eyed. Do you have any idea how valuable that book is? Dai's son and princess, Trig's mother, died a long time ago. It's what made the king bitter forever and... Now wait a minute. Didn't all that happen 50 years ago? You chuckle. Yes, I was a bit younger then. As for value, good memories enough. You freaking troll. Okay. Knapmeyer, Witch's Track, or Ursus Road again. Why is it I'm not getting these things in the event here? Some of the events that I'm getting, I'm not getting them. It's weird. These are little menhirs. There's actually built in there. Should be stronger. Let's go for the Witch's Track. This leads to the menhir. So far, nothing. Wow, we're actually reaching the Arc menhir. Maybe it must be because of my difficulty. You approach the stockade enclosing a menhir called the Arc. Seems like Thorn's been here, and has paid the place a visit, too. You see blood and sword shards by the gate. One of the masks lies in the dirt. The gate is opened by a stockily gloomy soldier. He scans your group with suspicion, finally resting his gaze on Ake. The giant warrior dismounts, handing the guard the papers. You do likewise and approach. Begin!
Aha!
Good day to you, travelers. Vegan, head watchman of this this stockade, at your service. I'll gladly see your papers. Do you have them on you? Hand them over here, please. Let's see who you are. Oh. Oh? That's no help. It's probably the first time you've seen Prince Trig's seal. You're gonna pretend you don't know who I am. I've got several questions for you that can answer me, and it'll be like we were never here. Starters, tell me, you know Captain Thorn Brennan?
Ha!
True, I must have been invited by this seal of yours, but that's no excuse for threats. I've seen much greater ones, as has my old comrade Thorn. He passed through here with a party, helped us fend off the Ences he did. Do you know where Thorn was headed? He asked the way to Ursus, so I gather that's where he was headed. From here, it's either to go to Ursus or home. If memory serves, he wanted to visit the menhir there. Who did he ask? Did he talk to anyone else in the stockade?
Hey!
I'm the only one he knows here. He only spoke to his companions, maybe some merchants too. No wait, there was someone else, a seer. Called herself Chila. That's what's over by the menhir. She herself has vanished. Interesting. It'd be worthwhile to check the tent. Not every day you get to hear stories of vanishing seers. Did Thorn have a blonde, green-eyed lad with him? I saw someone like that. Looked a lot like Prince Ho. Mind you, I haven't seen him in a long while, but the two lads have a lot in common, I swear. What is Thorn's party like? Are they all warriors? Who knows? Not like my sore-ass rode alongside him. They fight well. This remains to be seen. One of his men turned out to be Ron. Caused me a lot of trouble, but Thorn, he protects his people. Caught up a hefty sum for the fool's misdeeds, so everything's been settled. Did Thorn lose any men finding the Ences? Speaking truthfully, I don't know. I was too busy tending to my men. I highly doubt it, though. Thorn's a commander like no other. Someone who could have been wounded, yes. There was so much blood you couldn't tell whose it was. Let's hope no one was killed. I don't have any more questions. Well, you finally made it to the double men here. Let's visit the tent. Be forward. No. There it is. This is where the old seer rested. She foretold every Int attack, for which I'm grateful. Without her, we might have failed. She spoke to Thorn and disappeared while we were finding the Ensis. She left some of her possessions behind. Her tent's still here. Were her hands black by any chance? No, I saw no signs of such illness. She was wearing a dress with long sleeves cuffed at the wrist and had some bracelets on each arm. But her hands looked clean. She made predictions, you say. Well, what did they look like? How did she prophesies? Did she rant or chant? Was there a difference? No, she didn't do any of that. It seemed more like she was raving. Only she guessed right every single time. Stood over here, she did, squinted at the sun, then turned and spoke. Be ready, Beggin, she says. 12.5 Enses are scouring the edge of the forest. And every time things happen exactly as she said it they would. Did she do any sorcery? Mix potions, perhaps? No, she brought a salve to help with the neck aches, but she claimed it came from the Ursa's temple. It looked already running out. What struck me was that she kept chuckling under her breath. There was some look in her eyes, too. She also touched the menhir but warned us not to. And that warning wasn't groundless, I tell you. What did she say to Thorn? Can you recall anything? Should I have listened in on their conversation? That's beneath me. But it seems Sheila had been waiting just for him, or his daughter. She spoke with her too, quick as a whip, Thorn's daughter. Listen, I also recall them mentioning Unda, the healer lady from Ursus. You don't seem to enjoy talking about Sheila. She's no crone hopper. Half the village is old women. I know all of them. Sheila doesn't walk, talk, or even smell like one. The way she moves, it'd be the envy of any young lass. That's why I do not think she's human. Well, then, what if I'm not human either? My back doesn't ache and I don't reach old age. I used to stand at the gate with the tall men. I could see through any rigged cart, you know. But Sheila, it was like looking through the fogged glass. Couldn't see a thing. She read my thoughts through the whole conversation, simple as they may be. And then she vanished. Here one moment, gone the next. The gate was closed the whole time. I need to go. If you see Sheila, tell her that Blanc is looking for her. Hold on a moment, friend. There's something else I need to tell you, but I can't go remember what it is. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Is it about the double menhir? Wait. Have you heard the expression, one of the two? The two is the nickname we gave to our menhir. When people say, I'll meet you at the two, they mean the two menhir stones. Funny in a way, given how you can walk the whole stockade from end to end in 5 minutes. What could one of the two refer to? A sign? A ribbon? A mark? Hang on! Sheila always to perplex. As soon as you said Blanc, I remembered. She didn't just touch the menhir, she got something onto its surface. She told me to mention it to Blanc whenever he stopped by. Will you go and have a look? Could be some kind of curse, mind you. Let's be careful. Too late to steer clear of curses. Let me think it over. Well, I have a pretty good idea what we need to do now. The strange seer has left a message for you on the menhir. Vegenhall was the menhir with you. I asked her, what's the use of writing something nobody can see? And she said, Unda knows what she's doing even when she's scribbling on dungeon walls. Whoever it's meant for will read it, even if they don't. These inscriptions vanish in a couple of days. Could it be that Unda is the healer lady from Ursus? You brushed Vegan off, making a mental note of Unda's dungeon wall scribblings, and examined the sacred stone. There's an inscription indeed, but it's hazy. Same as the one in the Albius bell tower we recall so vividly. The inscription isn't easy to read. You have to undo someone else's magic. What will you get out of it? The beginning of the spell that'll save you, or another blackened hand. Let's read it. Oh, hang on. Read it. You unweave the spell obscuring the inscription. Before they fade, the runes on the stone shine brightly and clearly, etching themselves into your memory. Take into yourself that which you can take, for there is no one else to take it. Sweet! Well, let's go to the gate. As you're about to leave the stockade, Vegan approaches you. I'm no rebel, but I'll speak my mind. You're chasing Thorn, but he's broken no laws, committed no acts worthy of reproach. That's what I believe. You smile. These days, everyone has warnings for me, but every other warning is a threat. I'd best get used to it. Let me bid you farewell, Vegan. I've tarried here more than I intended. Vegan, however, takes the reins from your horse, a clear signal that the conversation isn't over. With a sigh, you dismount.
Ha!
Hold a moment. I have to tell you something. Old age hits you hardest on the back. One, not on the back. Hits you hardest not on the back, your back or the knees, but in the memory. But I remember. I remember. Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember, Vegan? Spit it out. It's bad luck to muddy farewells with talk. Who cares about bad luck when the reaping is upon us? No matter how you spin it, it can't get any worse. I just remembered something. Something Sheila said the moment she arrived. I forgot all about it in the turmoil, but now it struck me like lightning.
Aha!
She may have been raving, but this is what she said. The wise will take to heart what the foolish can't hear. There are holes in holes. One bites, the other brags and moralizes. Talk to those eager to talk. Sometimes the tongue knows more than the head. What's it all supposed to mean? I don't know yet, Vegan, but I'll think about it. Good luck to you now. Don't be too quick to judge your friends, old or new. The day will for that is yet to come.
Hope is like the sun. It turns red and goes out. Should we wait for a new dawn?
And now, we are Thorn. Honestly, there better not be a cutscene where we're in the middle of a chat right now. Okay, no. Alright. How the bloody hell are we not screwed already? I mean, we must have left the Ark Menhir a few days ago. So, we're probably already on our way to Ursus, so we have to go either one of these two different ways. Alright. But, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for today, people. I kinda need it anyway. My throat's starting to get parched. But, looks like we can't talk to no one. The morale is pretty average here. Let's check out the squad. They might need a level up. Oh, it looks like Sop can level up. Hang on. Sop. Let's go with... Let's go with athletics. More walking distance for him will be good. We managed to save our buddy Krieger. That's good. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for today. So far we did good. We've gone with Lo Pheng. We're going down south. Hopper's on his way probably heading to Ursus with a new riddle. And Thorn should probably already be eating his way into Ursus right now. But I'm going to call it here for today. Next time on this is Drag King Mark, and next time on Let's Play Ash of God's Redemption, we're going to go to Ursus. We need to find a way to get there fast. Hopper's already on his way to catch up with him. And Lo Pheng... here he is. Lo Pheng should probably be going down south now. Or, no, wait. Okay. Lo Pheng's are probably heading to the triple menhir. Hopper already just made his way to the archmenhir to catching up to Thorn. And Thorn's already heading to Ursus right now. Which is what we're doing. Anyway. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified, and I will see all of you next time. Laters.